Welcome back to the Difference Engine podcast. I'm your host, Caleb Oakes. Most business owners don't have a strategy problem. They have a reality problem. You don't need another podcast. You don't need another planner. You don't need another motivational quote taped to the monitor. You need to stop avoiding looking at things that are hard. Numbers, team, calendar, broken promises, 1-star reviews. That is the gold of the business. It is impossible to do something as awesome and as expressive as owning a business where you put 40 or 50 or 60 hours of work in a week and your thumbprint is on that business and not include also the things that you avoid in everyday life too. Not include also the things operating at a subconscious level. A business becomes one of the best tools for personal development ever. It is a very distinct mirror. The solution is great though. The solution is elegant and simple. It's courage. It's measurement. It's being able to tell the truth faster. It's making decisions. Reality is the best business coach you can ever have. Period. It's not the nicest or the softest, and it will not give you a gold star for your effort. But it is the most honest. And what reality does that no one else can do with the same level of precision and frequency is bring pressure. So this works in your body too. Whatever pain or ailment or ache or symptom you have, everyone has a threshold for when they're willing to go to the doctor. And every business has that too. For some people, it's bankruptcy. For some people, it's open heart surgery. In other cases, though, it's the third 1-star review in a row this week. In some cases, it's that employee quitting. It could be a spouse finally sticking up and saying that's enough is enough. Everyone has a threshold, and that's a deeply personal thing. That's why when I say your thumbprint on the business, it's not just like, at this level, you should really start paying attention. Well, everyone's level is different. Everyone's pay attention is different. So reality will apply very precise, very specific feedback, though, in the form of pressure, 1-star reviews, unhappy team members, clients complaining, P&L, profit and loss statement not adding up, negatives in the bank account, all those things is life saying, tap, tap, this is an issue. You need to pay attention to this. And as business owners, our response to that determines our level of success, period. How fast are we willing to acknowledge it, get down to the root of it in reality, and work with that information? One of the best bits of advice I've ever come across in my entrepreneurial journey is make a decision a day. So write down on top of, I handwrite my list of things to accomplish in a day with timestamps so I can't overbook myself by writing 20 things and only getting to 7 and then beating myself up for it. But underneath my timestamped list, I write my goals and my decision I'm going to make that day. And that allows me to move at a much faster rate. So what a business coach does, what I do, is I use the pressure of reality and work with it as a mirror with the business owner, because it's the same function as a personal trainer. Losing weight is relatively simple. Gaining muscle is relatively simple. There are a couple of ratios of carbohydrates to fat to protein you should eat and a caloric intake you should hold, depending on what you want to accomplish, and then a frequency you visit the gym, and what exercises you do is really like weightlifting and walking. Those are the big categories. Anything that is long endurance, burning fat, or lifting weights, moving weight. And everything else is semantics. There are some really extreme outlying conditions that cause that to not work. But for the general population, that is that simple. And business is the same thing. There's a couple of things, whatever you're avoiding looking at is really where the gold is. And it's the same thing they use in the algorithm to keep you scrolling. It's It can't be that simple. I need one more hit. I need one more trick, one more tactic. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. The information you already possess that isn't super fun, isn't super appealing or flashy or sexy, has 95% of it already. That shows up in, dashboards, scorecards, weekly meetings, clean financials, documents and systems. If you don't know things like your conversion rate, your average dollar sale, gross margin of service, don't know where the time is going. My dad always used to say, I can tell you what's important in your life if you let me look at your bank account and your calendar. Those are the two top resources any person comes across. So it's not reality. Business coaching is reframing and working with why is this, not even why is it stuck, but what can we open up here? Working with stuck businesses is not the same as working with businesses who want to grow. It's very different. And mostly different in attitude. Mostly different attitude. But it's not, you know, having issues with cash flow, having issues with product delivery, consistency, any of those things. It's not an insult. It's an invitation. It is a gift. The same way in sales, objections are gifts. It's a it's a human being sitting across from you in a buying process, and their brain trips something that says, I don't know if, or I'm stuck here, or I lack this much trust in you or the product. And they're giving it to you to say, what will you do with this? And in the same way, reality is asking business owners, but regular people, in this relationship, this is what's cropping up. In this endeavor you have, in this goal you've set, this is the block. What will you do with it now? How will you overcome this? And our answers is the results we get. Our answer is how quickly we're willing to engage with that information and do something productive with it. We can't improve or grow through things we're not willing to look at. We can't improve or grow through things we're not willing to gain more clarity on. And business is a really, really, really emotionless game that humans have made emotional. It's unnatural. I mean, to build a machine that generates profit and then put someone like a CFO or any financial expert in place that just tears profit away, squirrels it away from the actual machine, the people, the CEO, the owner, the people who are actually making the money, to just rip away all the fruits, to harvest all the fruits of your labor and pull it away somewhere else, is pretty unnatural. And it is emotionless. It is a game of numbers. But because we're people, the human being, it's virtually impossible for us to separate emotion out of the process, which also becomes a game in itself. Not to be emotionless, but to enjoy it from a human perspective as it's occurring. How do we interpret it? Humans are meaning-making machines. How do we make the meanings that empower us in the situation? So if you